Jai Hind friends, whenever we speak about world power, we name only a few, that is US, Russia and China. That is because we always underestimate our power. That is the same I also used to think. I had a chance to witness the prowess of Indian military inventory and its huge size of budget and spending in different sectors. Yes, you guessed it right. I am talking about Defense Expo 2020, which was held in Lucknow from 5th Feb 20 to 9th Feb 20. The show was so magnanimous that it left the spectator spellbound and our enemies startled. I, Megha Singh Rathod, has created this video, Defense Expo 2020, and Yashwant Singh has given its voice. So let's start.
Jai Hind friends, you can see in this picture that there is a missile here and the three aircrafts of Indian Air Force are making tricolor in the horizon. And you can see the cutouts of Defense Expo 2020 here. It is from UP Expressway Industrial Developing Authority and in the Hindi it's written that 25,000 करोड़ निवेश की उम्मीद योगी को 70 देशों की रक्षा कंपनियां करेंगी हिस्सेदारी. So it's very much clear that UP is going to be defense corridor as it has been decided in Defense Expo 2018 itself that there will be two defense corridors in the India. One is UP and the other is Tamil Nadu. So let's go ahead. Now I will tell you a little more about the funds allocated to the armed forces for the last 3 years, and you can see that how much India is working towards the betterment and the modernization of its forces. You can see for the army in 2017 and 2018 the budget was 145167.22 crore rupees, whereas in 2018-19 it was 153875.22 crore rupees, whereas now in 2019-20 it was 169909.74 crore rupees. Then for the Air Force, you can see that in 2017-18 it was 58372.50 crore rupees, and in 2018-19 64,591.44 crore rupees, but now it has been increased to 68,948.88 crore rupees. And for the Navy including Joint Staff, it is 37,841.98 crore rupees. It was in 2017-18. In 2018-19 it was 4419.53 crore rupees, and now in 2019-20 it is 45,368.44 crore rupees. So now let's know a little more about Defense Expo 2020. So what is Defense Expo 2020? It's a flagship biennial. If I say biennial, it means it happens every alternate year. Last time it happened in 2018 and it was in Chennai. So it is a flagship biennial event of the Ministry of Defense, was held for the first time in Lucknow, that's Uttar Pradesh, from 5th to 9th February 2020. This was 11th edition of Defense Expo, a mega defense exhibition. Defense Expo is one of the largest events of its kind. And the 10th edition of the Defense Expo, as I told you, that it is biennial. So it was in 2018 and the 10th edition was held in Chennai in Tamil Nadu. Now furthermore, so the theme of the Defense Expo India 2020 was India, the emerging defense manufacturing hub, and the focus of it was on digital transformation of defense, and it showcased the comprehensive spectrum of India's aerospace, defense and security interests. More, then it promised to bring new technological solutions where defense manufacturing companies from India and abroad showcase their products and services on a single platform. It provided Indian defense industry an opportunity to promote its export potential. You can see the magnanimity of this Defense Expo 2020, which was held in Lucknow, against the Defense Expo 2018 held in Chennai. In 2018, which was held in Chennai, total company participated was 702, whereas in 2020, this time in Lucknow, it was 1028 and there were total of 856 Indian companies out of it, and total of foreign companies participated in Defense Expo 2018, 160, but this time it was 172. And the exhibition space which was booked last time was 27,000 square meter, but this time it was 96% more than earlier 27,000 square meter. It was 43021 square meters. So you can see that how much increase in the companies which has come, the foreign companies which participated, and how much the exhibition space was booked. So it will say you the story of the how huge it was. Then on the sideline of this Defense Expo 2020, fifth India-Russia military conference was held. It addressed issues related to maintenance of major Russian origin equipments and aircrafts such as Sukhoi 30 Mark 1 aircraft, Mi-17 Raptors, MiG-29 aircrafts, INS Vikramaditya and T-90 tanks. I will tell you that since the Russia is all-weather friend to the India, many of the military equipments starting from the guns and tanks, and you can see the naval ships here, air force, most of the fighters and helicopters, all are means maximum 70% are from Russia itself. So now here in the 5th Indian Russia military conference, it was talk about that the aging, either you say Sukhoi 30 or Mi-17 Raptors or MiG-29 aircrafts or INS Vikramaditya or T-90 tanks, everything is aging here. So the maintenance is much focus of this time the Indian military. So here it was talked that how the Russian participation will work for the betterment and maintenance of these Russian origin equipments. Then during the conference, a total of 14 memorandum of understanding were exchanged between the Russian OEMs and the Indian companies. DRDO's laboratory HEMRL, that is High Energy Material Research Laboratory, that is stationed in Pune, and it works for the development of a spectrum of high energy material required for missiles, rockets and guns. So this DRDO laboratory HEMRL signed a technological development contract with the Rosoboron Export Russia for development of advanced pyrotechnic ignition system. So when I say pyrotechnic ignition system, means it is something which is connected with the missile, and ignition of the missile, and pyrotechnic means related to the fireworks. Then on its sideline there was a Bandhan held, a particular ceremony which was titled Bandhan, in which over 200 partnership involving signing of memorandum of understanding, that is MOUs, transfer of technology, that is TOTS. Product launches were concluded on the third day. I told you earlier that it was from 5th of February 2020 to 9th of February 2020. So I am speaking about the third day, that is 7th Feb 2020. So this title Bandhan was held, in which there was total of 200 partnerships, signing of MOUs and transfer of technologies and product launches were concluded, and this was named Bandhan. In this, DRDO, that is Defense Research and Development Organization, handed over 15 licenses for transfer of technologies to 17 industries, and this transfer of technologies are from the area of electronics, laser technology, armament, life sciences, material sciences, combat vehicles, naval systems, aeronautics, sensors, etc. Then IOC, that is Initial Operational Clearance Certificate of LUH, that is Light Utility Helicopter, was issued to HAL. Means IOC Certificate of Light Utility Helicopter was issued to HAL. So I will tell you a little about this LUH. You can see in the picture here that this particular helicopter is LUH. It was first tested in 2016 for the first flight. Now this is the helicopter made by HAL, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, means it's completely indigenous. Indian military, including Army, Air Force and Navy, has the requirement of total of 385 helicopters which they need to replace its aging Cheetah and Chetak fleet. Now, this LUH is a 3-ton class state-of-art helicopter which will make our army or Indian Air Forces very advanced if this is introduced in the military. So, the IOC, that is initial operation clearance, means now they can deliver this aircraft, and means it is completely formalized, and there will be total of 187 LUH which is being asked by the HAL to be supplied to the Indian Army and Indian Air Force. Out of 187, 126 will be given to the Army and remaining only 61 to the Indian Air Force. Then last but not the least, on the sidelines of this Defense Expo 2020, a joint declaration, that is Lucknow Declaration, was adopted as an outcome of the first India-Africa Defense Ministers conclave by 50 African countries in India. It means that 50 defense ministers of 50 African countries and one India, they all sat together and talked about that how exports from the India will be there in the African countries. So it was first of its kind, and this particular joint declaration was known as Lucknow Declaration, and it happened on the sidelines of Defense Expo 2020. What was the aim of it? Export of India-made equipment to the African continent in keeping with long-standing defense partnerships since the 1950s. I will tell you that when after the Second World War, the world was polarized into two halves. That is, a few were going to the Russia, a few were going to the US. Means they were aligning themselves. That time India took its initiative and started NAM, that is non-alignment movement. At that time only that there was long-standing defense partnership with the African countries and India. So in fulfilling, so the joint declaration, this Lucknow Declaration, which had happened this time in 2020 on the sidelines of this Defense Expo 2020. So this will make sure that there will be export of Indian made equipment to the African continent. Then furthermore about this, it called for deeper cooperation in the domain of defense industry, including through investment, joint ventures in defense equipment software, digital defense, research and development, provisioning of defense equipment, space and their maintenance on sustainable and mutually beneficial terms. So this joint declaration, that is Lucknow Declaration, I told you everything about this. This is a big topic, but cutting short, I will tell you that deeper cooperation was asked among these member nations, means 50 African countries and India, that there will be a domain of defense industry, including through investment, joint ventures, digital defense, everything was included. So this was everything, means after it was concluded on 9th Feb 2020, this Defense Expo, the countries around the globe was completely startled that how much the prowess of Indian military has achieved, how much it has become big. So, and in this budget, you can very well see that the budget estimated and allocated to the defense is almost 8% of this total budget of India. So that means you can see that despite being Indian economy is going down, means it is 11 years low, that is 5% of GDP. So Indian government is spending much on the defense. That means we have animosity in our neighbors, we have enemies in our neighbors. So this Defense Expo was very much showcased to the Indian power, and which has startled our enemies in very good way. So this was all about the Defense Expo 2020. I hope that you have liked this video. Please like and share this, and if you have not subscribed to the Royals Education, do subscribe it, do hit the bell icon so that you will get every video which I upload. Thanks. Have a nice day.